Hey, beautiful souls. I'm so excited to do this little mini reading for you to check in about your crush and see how your crush or your special person is feeling about you. So, their current energy right now, spirit, what is it? Oh my gosh, I had one fly out. What is it, spirit? I love your seductive ways. So, this person, whoever this is, oh my gosh, they think you're pretty seductive. Everything you do, the way you move, the way you smile. Well, Spirit just told me your eyes, the way that you smile with your eyes. Oh, it just melts their heart. Okay, like ice cream on a hot day, a hot sunny day. Well, like they love your seductive ways. You literally make them melt. You make me feel so good. This person, they are gaga over you, okay? Like the way you make them feel is so good. And I just heard they wish they could convey to you just how they are feeling in words, or at least show you how they're feeling, because that would be pretty special too. To be able to have the opportunity to really show you how they feel about you. I just heard that they wish that they could have an opportunity to just have more one-on-one time with you without other people around, just the two of you making it special. This person definitely wants to make things special for the two of you. It says, I prayed I'd find someone just like you. Even if this person is not a quote-unquote spiritual or religious person, in their heart, they wanted somebody like you for a long, long time. And here you are, and you are like an angel to them. It's so sweet. I truly care for you so much. This person really does care. Like I heard, don't doubt it. And yeah, they're so joyful ever since you came into their life. There is a very quiet, almost invisible difference between someone who wants to possess you and someone who has simply found a place to rest in your presence. Most people never learn to tell the difference. We grow up in a culture that measures romance by its turbulence, by the speed of the chase, the drama of the pursuit, the sharp, addictive sps of uncertainty that we mislabel as passion. We are taught that if love doesn't keep you guessing, if it doesn't keep you on edge, then it must somehow be missing its fire. So when someone comes along and looks at you, not with the hungry eyes of a conqueror, but with the stunned, disarmed reverence of someone who has just walked out of a blizzard and into a warm room, it catches us completely off guard. We call it chemistry. We call it attraction. We call it having a crush. But beneath those lightweight words, something much more profound is happening. Look closely at what this person actually does when they are around you. They don't try to dominate the conversation. They don't perform their achievements or pull out their usual bags of social tricks to make sure they leave an impression. Instead, they soften. Their shoulders drop by 1/2 inch. Their voice loses that slight performative edge people use when they are trying to prove their worth to the world. Their eyes linger on your face, not to evaluate you, but because looking at you feels like the first breath of clean air they've had all day. To them, you are not a puzzle to be solved. You are a sanctuary. And in a world that demands that every single one of us stay armored, vigilant, and constantly prepared for combat, stumbling into a sanctuary is the most terrifyingly beautiful thing that can ever happen to a human heart. Here's what nobody tells you about the people who carry themselves with strength and composure. They are profoundly, unimaginably tired. They have spent their lives being the competent one, the reliable one, the one who knows what to say and how to navigate the room. They have built a life out of keeping their composure intact because they learned very early on that if they let their guard down, the world has a habit of taking advantage of the opening. They know how to smile when they don't mean it. They know how to give just enough of themselves to keep people happy while keeping their actual soul locked away in an airtight vault where nobody can touch it. And then they sat across a table from you. You didn't hand them a questionnaire. You didn't demand that they prove themselves. You simply looked at them. With those clear, unhurried eyes and that quiet, knowing smile that seems to understand everything without needing a single word of explanation. And without their permission, the vault cracked open. The greatest danger of finding peace in another person is realizing how miserable you were before you felt it. That is the unexpected sting that caught them by surprise. The moment they realized how safe they felt with you was the exact moment they realized how lonely they had been before you walked into their life. That is why their heart races when you enter the room. It's not just excitement. It is the sudden, dizzying contrast between the cold world they usually inhabit and the sudden warmth of your existence. They daydream about spending whole days with you, not in grand cinematic locations, but in the simplest, most domestic corners of ordinary life. They imagine what it would be like to stand beside you in a quiet kitchen on a Sunday morning, making coffee while the radio plays softly in the background. They imagine sharing a meal you cook together, laughing over an inside joke that belongs to nobody else on earth. Sitting on a couch with your feet tucked under theirs while a movie plays that neither of you is actually watching. Why do those mundane, simple images consume their thoughts? Because ordinary moments are the ultimate luxury for an exhausted spirit. Anyone can put on a costume and then take you to an expensive restaurant for 2 hours. Anyone can send flowers or write a clever text message. But to spend 7 uninterrupted hours in someone's presence without ever feeling the urge to put up a wall, to be able to be quiet together, to be messy together, to be silly, unpolished, and completely unbothered. That is not just romance. That is freedom. They want the long, slow hours with you because every minute spent in your presence feels like time stolen back from a world that usually drains them dry. You probably have no idea how much power you hold simply by being someone who listens with their whole heart. Think about how you move through the world. You don't listen just to wait for your turn to speak. When someone tells you a story, you catch the subtle change in their cadence. When they look down, you notice the shadow behind their eyes. When they laugh, you can tell whether it came from their belly or from their manners. With this person, when you intuit their mood before they have even found the words for it, you are doing something they have never experienced in any past relationship. You are reading them without judging them. To a guarded person, being read is usually terrifying. It feels like being exposed, caught, uncovered. But when you do it, it feels like an embrace. You see their flaws, their claws, their quirks, their quiet insecurities, and instead of using those things as leverage,
your face just gets softer.
You smile that small, radiant smile that reaches all the way up into your eyes, and suddenly their deepest fear, the fear of being truly known, turns into their greatest source of comfort. They are hooked not because you are playing a game, but because you are the only person they have ever met who makes them feel that the truth of who they are is actually enough. This is why their body betrays them every single time you get close. Have you seen the way they hesitate before they touch you? The way their hand hovers for a split second before they pull you into a hug, as if they're handling something ancient and fragile. The way their breath catches when your skin brushes against theirs. That is not just physical desire, though God knows the desire is burning through them like wildfire. That physical reaction is the direct result of an emotional overload. Their body is literally struggling to process the sheer volume of tenderness they feel toward you. When you hold someone in your arms whom you respect down to the marrow of your bones, a simple touch is no longer just physical contact. It becomes a vow. It becomes a silent, electric transmission of everything they are too terrified to say out loud. I see you. I want you. I will not hurt you. They want to hold you for hours because holding you is the only way to quiet the noise in their own head. In your arms, the past stops demanding explanations and the future stops asking for guarantees. There is only the steady rhythm of your breathing, the warmth of your skin, and the overwhelming realization that they have finally found the place they belong. Sometimes the most devastating thing a person can do to you is simply treat you with unconditional kindness. Think about the weight of that realization. When someone has survived by expecting the worst from people, cruelty makes sense. Selfishness makes sense. Emotional games and half-hearted commitments are easy to navigate because they fit the established map of the world. Your kindness, however, breaks the map entirely. You are generous without keeping score. You are warm without demanding a transaction. You show up with an effortless, graceful dignity that doesn't need to diminish anyone else in order to feel secure. And that sheer, uncorrupted goodness has made this person look at their own life and realize that they cannot go back to the shallow, transactional connections they used to tolerate. You have ruined them for the casual. You have made it impossible for them to ever settle for someone who only loves them with the lights on and the masks in place. And that is why they are so fiercely, undeniably terrified of losing you. When you find a rare gem in a field of stones, your first instinct is joy. But your second instinct, the one that follows immediately in the dark, is the sudden, sharp panic of realizing how easily it could slip through your fingers. They look at you and see someone who could easily be loved by anyone. They see your beauty, your warmth, your intelligence, the easy grace with which you carry yourself through a room, and they think, there is no way I am the only person who sees this. How did I get this lucky? What happens if they realize they could do better? This fear is not born from low self-esteem. It is born from an accurate valuation of how rare you truly are. They know that what you have between you is not something that happens twice in a lifetime. It is the kind of alignment people write songs about, the kind of connection that makes cynics believe in fate, the kind of bond where two completely separate lives suddenly realize they have been humming the exact same melody all along. They are not holding back out of hesitation. They are holding their breath because they want to make sure that when they finally step fully into your life, they do it with both hands open, completely ready to give you everything you deserve. They are preparing to step across that line. You can feel the momentum building in the quiet between your conversations. You can see it in the way they look at you just a second longer than they used to, in the way their questions about your life are becoming deeper, more intentional, more focused on the future. They are no longer just enjoying the warmth of your presence. They are actively building the courage to claim it. They don't want a temporary romance. They don't want a season of excitement that burns itself out by summer. They want to learn every version of you. They want to be there for the mornings when you wake up confident and radiant, and they want to be there for the evenings when the world has worn you down and you don't have the energy to speak. They want to memorize the map of your mind to understand the memories that shaped your laughter, to protect the softness that makes you so uniquely, undeniably beautiful. They want to give you the one thing you have spent your entire life searching for, a love that does not require you to edit a single sentence of who you are. So when they reach for your hand, when the silence between you finally breaks and the words they have been carrying in their chest for weeks finally spill out, do not be afraid of the depth of what you are feeling. You did not trick them into this. You did not perform or manipulate or seduce them with smoke and mirrors. You simply opened the door to your authentic self and let them see the light inside. And in doing so, you gave them permission to lay down their armor, step out of the cold, and finally truly come home. Let them hold you. Let them love you in the slow, unhurried, breathtaking way they have been dreaming about. Because a love like this does not arrive by accident. It arrives when two souls have finally grown deep enough to recognize each other in the dark and brave enough to never let go.
God has placed this message on my heart. You need to recognize how powerful, how potent your energy is. When was the last time that you genuinely just spent time in your own energy and felt what it feels like to be loved by you? Do you understand how good it feels to be loved by you? How addicting it is to be loved by you? Because if you do not, you are putting yourself in danger. You are putting yourself in harm's way because you need to protect yourself as if you realize that you are the most precious thing that you could ever hold in your hands. You change lives with your love. You activate people. You awaken people to not just their highest potential, but also their true potential, what they are existing as in the present moment. And not everybody is comfortable with that. Not everybody likes that. But I will say this, everybody is going to be drawn to your light. Everybody is going to want to know what it is you do, how it is you do what you do. They want to know you. They want to be in your presence because your light is that powerful. And God did not give that light to everybody. God gave that light to you. God placed that light in your heart because you are meant to do something so powerful with it. You are meant to change the way that people see love, the way that people perceive the world. You are meant to show the world that you can be both light and dark, that you can be both feminine and masculine, that you can be both angry and assertive, that you can be both calm and wild. Like you don't have to choose one or the other, and you can be loved and accepted through all of it. But also that there is a difference between fully expressing yourself and being disrespectful. There is a difference between loving and understanding somebody and being disrespected. And I feel like that is the journey that you have been on for most of your life. You are somebody who knows what it is to be used, knows what it is to be manipulated, knows what it is to be overlooked and also be projected upon. And it's not fun for you. In fact, you might be at that tipping point where you're like, you know what, I'm fed up with this. Or you could be on the other side of that tipping point where you are able to say, you know what, that is a reflection of you, not me. I'm gonna let you work that out with yourself. I'm gonna be over here in my energy. I'll be here when you come back. I can't promise you that I will be the same person, and you will have to earn my respect again. That is so wildly different than who you were before. Even years ago, 10 years ago, yes, but even a year ago, you are constantly learning and growing and evolving, and people cannot keep up with you, but they want to. They want to know what's coming next. They want to know what you're doing, who you're becoming next, because you are constantly shedding layers of ego and revealing these brand new characteristics and behavioral patterns that elevate your life, that make your life more enjoyable for you. That is the journey that you are on. It's discovering, it's revealing these hidden, buried parts of you that were never safe to be expressed before because you were never in the right environments. You were never surrounded by the right people. You are so intelligent, and you are continuing to learn and grow. You are growing wiser. You are tapping into ancient wisdom. I also heard ancient wealth. So with that wisdom comes great responsibility, and with that responsibility comes greater amounts of wealth. And so everything that's unfolding for you right now is preparing you to be able to hold that future that you have always dreamed of, to be able to not just hold it, but fully be embodied in it, to be fully expressed and present with it. The husband, it's yours. The house, it's already yours, and you know this. The family, it's already yours, and you know this. The overflowing bank account, it's already yours, and you know this. The generational wealth, the legacy that you're creating, the kingdom that you're building, the gift that you're offering to this world, the way that you're giving back to the community, it's already done. And you're just on the path to remembering it now. You're on the path to embodying the version of you that you need to become, or remember that you are, actively show up as each day in order to fulfill that prophecy, in order to fill your life with this vital energy, in order to experience your life to the greatest capacity that you could possibly ever, without the traumas or the fears or the failures of the past holding you back, but rather being the supporting limbs that give you all of the energy to channel into what you are remembering you are here to do, and who you are remembering you are here to become. So if this message resonates with you and you are ready to release all of the burdens and the weight that isn't yours, and to receive the divine inheritance, to step through that cosmic rebirth that is you, I'm hosting a live guided new moon ceremony. Comment "I receive" and I will send you the details.